It looks like it's working. Okay.
Every time. Hello, everybody. You should be able to hear us all now. Everybody say something.
Hello.
Something.
Yeah,
Hi.
okay, so it's working.
Hello.
So type, hey, Glass Jaws, welcome on in. Hello, and happy Wednesday. It is game time. Let's jump right into it. We also, look, we have a full house tonight. How interesting. How different from the last month. we missed you so much, Alyssa. We're so happy to have you back. Yeah, so let's hop in to introduce all of our players this time around. Let's start with Alyssa.
Hi, y'all. I'm Melissa. My pronouns are they, them, and you can find me on Twitter at @adisasterqueer. I play Revelation, the ASMR Circle of Stars druid who is out here looking for secrets.
Hey everyone, I'm Mariana. I also go by Lagrivosa with a 0 on Twitter and other places. I'm playing Nikita, the Wood Elf Barbarian, and we both go by she, her pronouns.
Hello, my name is Victor. I use they, them pronouns. And you can find me on Twitter at Vicencio and anywhere else at Vicencio. My plug this week is for a friend of mine whose game I got to play, which is For the Prom Queen by Alicia Kills at Twitter. That game is a Descent from the Queen game. It fucking slaps. It's so good. It's so dramatic. And if you like For the Queen, you'll love For the Prom Queen. I play Synarch, a Tabaxi rogue, and he uses he and they pronouns. I think. I don't remember. I'm gonna say yes.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Charmy, also known as Captain Charmy on Twitter for now, but other places too. I'll be playing Aurora Insideratus, the Fire Genasi sorcerer, who's out here looking for drama.
And finally, Aki.
Hello, I'm Aki. I'm in a new location. The boxes may be a thing that you will have to see for a while. I play Dayu, what the fuck is she?
Her Bunomancer.
Bunomancer. Yep, Bunny Bard Necromancer. We both use she, her pronouns. This is a banana. And my ass hurts. Thank you.
And last but not least, hello, I'm Mandy. I'm your Dungeon Masters evening and every Wednesday and Friday evening. My pronouns are she, they, and I play everybody else. I work at TTRPGs. I do the things and the stuff. Let's get started and talk about what has happened. I think we're going to do a longer recap for Alyssa's benefit. Yeah, let's see. How long have we... We were without you for session 14 and 15, and that's it, right? Okay, so... Let me flip back in my notes. So, over the last couple of days, the party has reached Foxden and met the Red Fang family, as well as explored and went shopping within the Foxden community. Lots of discussions were had. Bathing in the Gladius River. I'm going down the list here. Ran into the Lupine Eye Hunters, who are half-elves who travel with dire wolves that are assigned to them at birth. And yeah, so all those things happen. Dayu was scenting everyone. They finally get to Foxden and start to do their thing. In the last session, I'm severely glossing over so many things. The rest of the party went to the local ramen shop / tavern to have drinks while Kazuhiko and Dayu had serious discussions with Kazuhiko's parents, particularly his mother, Lady Suzume Redfang. And, yeah, those conversations happened. It was revealed to the audience that the Redfang family very much approves of Dayu's union to Kazuhiko and never wanted that to change. And so they are most definitely in support of the two of them being together now, if they choose to be. Now it's much more of a choice and less of a arranged marriage situation because of everything that has happened and how much time has passed. But his parents made it known that they were cool with it one way or the other. Sinark went on an adventure through town, finding components to build a gift, we'll call it a jar of the night sky, to assemble a gift for Revelation, by speaking to the blacksmith, Hajime, and Izumi, his wife, who is the local herbalist, who also happens to be a little bit of a jeweler. They had some bartering trade conversations, and eventually Sin was able to, Sin's day out, Sin was able to assemble this gift and put it together and is ready to, maybe soon, maybe not, gift that to Revelation. Let's see. Back at the Ramen Tavern, which is what we're calling it now, the party played Ye Old Uno. And Sin also played a game with the rest of the party using marked cards, and we had a D10 rollies contest to see who got the highest cards. Dayu and Kazuhiko picked up on the fact that the cards were marked. Nobody else did, and so it was a very interesting game where multiple people in the group knew about the cheating, the card game cheating. Kazuhiko was very mean to Aurora in regards to getting prepared for traveling through the swamp, and to be prepared or you're going to get hurt, and that's that, and you need to wake up and realize that. Very, very misplaced frustration in terms of, meaning well, but it definitely not coming out the right way because they frustrate the ever-loving shit out of each other. I wonder how that's going to turn out later. So that happened. The rest of the party pretty much immediately jumped to Aurora's defense to say, hey, chill out. There's no need to be talking to her like this, which caused Kazuhiko to storm out of the tavern because he just did not want to deal with it, which resulted in him and Sinark having a talk to where Kazuhiko said that he would be willing to try a little harder to be a little nicer or at the very least civil to Aurora. Let's see. Kazuhiko and Sin have a sparring match. I don't know if I'm skipping things somewhere in here. My timeline might be a little fucked. And Sinark absolutely wiped the floor with Kazuhiko. It turns out that Kazuhiko's combat skills are very much weapon-oriented as opposed to hand-to-hand. And then Dayu, searching for Kazuhiko, who had been gone for... Well, I guess maybe I did get those flipped. I did get those flipped. So prior to that happening...
Foot race.
I thought the foot race was episode 14. So I guess in episode 14 there was a foot race, maybe.
No, last episode.
Oh, it was last episode? Okay, so the foot race happened...
after their talk.
The foot race happened after their talk.
Sin wiped the floor with him.
Yep. And then Dayu
morning...
went to look for him later on while everybody else was shopping and found him having a conversation with Natsuko, the fox shifter, the white fox shifter woman who was chosen by the council to potentially, not definitively, be his next fiance. He rejected her and let her know that he was leaving Foxden and to not contact him or his family again because she apparently was not a very nice lady. She seems to take it well. He walks away from the place where they thought they were hidden and immediately into Dayu, where he was quickly realized that she had heard the entire thing. And wasn't too bothered about it because he stayed loyal to his woman. Then Kazu and Sin have their sparring match, and Kazu loses once again. So now they're 0 for 2 on that. And did I miss anything? That pretty much covers it, right?
I think just shopping was the only other thing we did, right?
Yeah, shopping. Yeah, I think shopping. I didn't write that out too terribly much, but most of you did get the supplies you need.
Yeah.
Revelation could get any of the supplies that they need. But if you want to talk about particular things, now would probably be the best time to do that.
Yeah, so like Aurora, Revelation has purchased bog walk-in gear, which is the sort of similar like leather high-waisted leather trousers. I think they have sort of long leather gloves on and a sort of loosely wrapped cropped jacket that could be pulled tighter, but right now it's hanging pretty loosely. That's it. They have sadly retired their giant fuzzy fur mantle and the floor-length white dress for crawling through the swamps. But I think it does mean that more visible around their neck is the focus crystal that they wear, as well as a small little obsidian ring and like a web of silver. Obsidian pendant.
What color is the focus crystal?
That one is clear.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. That's all they needed.
Nothing special. All the other like survival stuff is pretty much covered. So. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is probably your last day-ish, half-day-ish in the village before you depart. Is there anything that any of you would like to take care of while you are still in the fox den before I time skip a little bit? Okay. I think Vic raised their hand first.
If Alyssa would be amenable to it. Sid wanted to talk to Rev about potentially walking around Foxden together.
Yeah, Revelation is absolutely down.
Perfect. Because Sin has been like, we have not spent time together since Blackade and all that awful shit. So I think he probably asks after the sparring match with Kazuhiko, when he got to like show off a bit and he's like riding that high, like he'd be like putting a shirt back on and being like, before we eat, would you like to walk around a bit?
Gladly. Have you ferreted out all the secrets of the town yet?
I know the blacksmith is married to the herbalist, and the herbalist likes to do jewelry stuff. And like, I think as he's saying this, he's like starting to like walk backwards away from Rev, and he's got this like little smirk on his face, like, I have stuff.
Yeah, I mean, she was just sort of teasing a bit, but is still sort of gladly following along and listening as he speaks.
I do think like he takes her along to like just walk about the town and be like, well, I met this person, and the reason that I met these people is to get you something.
Something for me.
Yeah, I'll trade you it for a secret.
I thought that was my game, Sidark.
Who said you could be the only player in town?
Is there a specific type of secret that you're looking for?
Well, you know a lot about me. I've told you one of my really big secrets, and he sort of because he's just wearing his shirt, he's not wearing his shawl. He lifts up the time pendant.
Yeah, Mandy, what happens when he does that for me?
You see that, you don't understand the significance of this item. So what I'm going to ask from you, we're making this a little bit mechanical because you started fucking with the memory forces real early into the game. So I would like a charisma saving throw from you, please.
21.
You can intuit that this means something very significant to Synarch, though you do not have any fucking clue what it is or what it means. You're picking up on the social context clues coming from Synarch that you think you can bullshit your way through this.
Okay, can I intuit that it is probably linked to the thing that I previously heard him talking about that I could not understand, and therefore link it back to, this is a
with the
secret I gave
21,
away.
yes, you connect the dots.
Okay, perfect. I think that Rev sort of smiles and drops their eyes for a second, then looks back up at you and says, well, it's nothing as important as that, but I have a tattoo that I think that none of you have seen.
Sin's eyes drop this time because he does remember Rev being a little bit secretive about it, and like he quickly tries to like back up to the face. And he smiles and he's just like, I'm happy to hear about it.
Well, I can't quite show you on the streets, but tonight?
Yeah. And he takes out I think he's gotten like a bit of like soft fabric. Actually no, you know what? He's cut his shawl a bit. And it's wrapped in like this soft black fabric, and it's got like a little bow on it. It's badly tied. But it is this nice gray leather cord that he chose because it reminds him of Rev. And he holds this little bundle out to Rev.
She sort of attempts to look composed, but is very clearly like greedily like pulling at the thing, wanting to see what this is.
And when Rev pulls it pulls it open, it kind of clinks, and it looks just sort of like some dull black water in a jar. And then he's like, shake it. And then when it shakes, it looks like a whole night sky with like the silver flakes swirling through and the like catching on the crystals, and the crystals clink and it tinkles like really pretty.
I think that Rev looks at it and holds it up to the sky and shakes it again and gets the sort of light going through it, and it's gorgeous. Thank you.
No problem. I thought, I kind of miss the way the night sky showed over Okurai, and I know that you like the stars, and so I thought about making you this.
How big is it? Like a mason glass or like a tiny jar?
It's like a mason glass. I would just
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to carry around a piece of Okurai and a piece of you. And they will sort of use the gray cord to just affix it for now, like to their belt, along with whatever various bits and bobs they have there.
Sin just looks not I want to say proud, but it's not like arrogant. It's not like pride. He's pleased with himself. And I think he just sort of like, like he's just sort of like, he's got this little gremlin smile, and he's got his like hands behind his back as like they continue walking now. He's just he looks so pleased with himself. I think he does say, would you like to do any more trades? Since I was the one who offered the first trade, you can ask me for something and I can see what I can offer you.
Do you have any other secrets you're wanting to share, Sin?
I am a man of mystery. I have so many secrets. What are you offering? Well, see, I can give you a secret that that equals the offer.
It's a bad idea. A secret, yeah. The less bad idea is a secret for a secret.
All right. Now you're putting it in my court, so I can tell you a secret. You'll tell me a secret of equal value. Tricky. And I think he sort of like sticks his tongue out playfully, and he's just like, okay. What's something juicy? So I've told you, the basics of why I'm so interested in the Kaligo Shire and the the Druidic orders and all those secrets. I am almost positive that my parents are alive. So, just with the way that people don't talk about them and don't, they try to hold these things in, I'm almost positive that I found correspondence before it got taken out of my hands.
Taken by the Kaligo Shire?
Well, the druid who found me. Minor secret, I have broken in there far more times than they have found me. However, getting places and not getting caught is difficult.
It's difficult even when you work for them.
That's so frustrating to hear.
I think Rev fiddles a little bit with one hand at her hip at the bottle, and then the other at the obsidian medallion, and then pulls it up slightly from the band it's on with her focus crystal and says, I intend to leave this in the Kaligo Shire or one of the druidic sanctums. It will let me hear. Or it will enable hearing what's going on there.
Ooh. Sin grins and he's like, now that's very interesting. That's a marvelous piece of magic artifacts.
It was a gift from my mother before we left on this She knows how much I want to know. And he's helping me do that.
Well, I'm all about dragging those secrets out. So if you want a distraction or help, I'm happy to do so. Though what is it that you're looking for? How come I've never asked you that? Like, Sin thinks about all the times they have tried to, like, collaborate on a plan to, like, sneak into places. And it's just like, I have never asked you that. I'm really sorry.
Me, the GM, sitting over here like, hey, this is juicy.
Yes.
Anything, everything. I'm not looking for something specific. I don't think that's something to be found elsewhere. I just want to know what it is that they know, what it is that they think that we shouldn't, that they need to hide it away.
I think Sin, like, reaches up and, like, puts a hand that slides over all, like, the pendants and makes them tinkle. And there's, like, something, like, between, like, fondness and, like a big, like almost an understanding coming over him. And I think he chuckles and is just like, I get that. No, yeah. Who are they to decide what we can and can't know?
I thought that joining the Geoheads would be such an easy way in. But I guess I should have known better.
I think Sin kicks at the dirt and he huffs and he's just like, those and he's just like, it's not very gentlemanly to talk about, like, people who frustrate you on dates. And he says that firmly. He doesn't say it like a question. He's like, on dates. But it's just, God, when you work for them.
I think Rev looks down at their new sort of bog leathers and just says, I mean, I don't look like much of a lady at this point, so no need to be so gentlemanly.
I'm sorry, that last part was a little bit unclear for me.
Oh, so no need to be so gentlemanly.
Sin grins, and I think he steps in when Rev says that, and is just like, you look very good in your new clothes, by the way.
Thank you. It's just a different role than I got used to in Okurai.
Yeah. But hey, with all the secrets you'll gather, who knows what role you'll play in the end.
We can hope.
I think he just shrugs, and he like offers his hand, and he's like, in these pants, you can climb, which means we can go somewhere up high and look down at everyone.
Have you found a good climbing spot?
Mandy,
In
Sin
Bogstad?
definitely would have been. Yeah, Sin definitely would have been looking. I know it's in caves, but there's got to be someplace up high.
Yeah, there's like rocky outcroppings. You could probably find one that's stable enough to hang out on. Look down over the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think Sin looks out and sort of points out one of these, and he's like, I have another secret for you. This one's free, because you can probably just get it from any of the guards in Okurai. The thing that most got me in trouble when I was younger is climbing up to the highest places to look out and see everything.
That seems fitting for you.
Yeah.
Got it.
So let's go get into a little bit of trouble.
Oh boy. On that note, we're gonna switch over to I think Aki was the second person to raise their hand, so I'm gonna call on Aki. What would you like to do?
Hello.
Hello.
Don't fall.
Just eat the microphone, it's fine. Prop it up on the banana.
I really would. But right now I have it like I'm holding it with like my resting arm. So like let's see how long this lasts. I want to talk to Lady Suzume. It's Suzume, right?
Yeah, Suzume. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
For clarification for the folks at home, Kazuhiko's mom.
Yeah, the MILF.
Yes.
And I wanna talk to her because she mentioned a couple episodes ago that if I wanted to learn more a little bit about how the borough was doing, I could ask her when I'm ready. Yep. So I'd like to first probably help Kazu up from the dirt and be like, oh, that's okay. Dirt? Yeah, because he got his ass beat.
Oh, we're picking up right after the fight? Okay.
Yeah, why not? Because it makes the most sense.
Yeah, no, this is fine.
Yeah, pick him up from the dirt and be like, aw, it's okay. You can be my favorite loser. And just, like, fix his hair. And be like...
When you say that, he goes, thanks. He doesn't know what to say.
I'm bullying you. I'm bullying you on purpose.
I see that. I don't know how to respond to it other than to just accept it and move on.
I mean, it's sin, so you can challenge sin all the time because I think they have a problem. But that's okay. We love them anyways. Mm-hmm. And I just I just give him his, because I know he took off his shirt.
Yep.
I give him his clothes back, and then I go to his mom. I'm sorry, saying this out loud is really weird when you like have to like visualize it.
Well, you're standing outside. It's not like he's naked.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
you hand him his shirt, his and his robe, and he just kind of wraps it up in his arms, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna go cool off a little bit. I'll be back." And he's gonna go sit under his favorite tree, and you know the one. So you are free to do whatever it is you would like to do.
Well, I remember that Hikaru and his mom were both watching as well, so they saw Kazu get his ass beat.
Yep.
And I will just, that's also like a nice direct line, so I can just go and be like, excuse me, I'd like to ask about the borough now, if that's okay.
Oh, of course. Would you like to sit down and have some tea, perhaps?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on in, dear. And she will get up from her spot where she was lounging, just chilling on the porch. Hikaru has already run off to go annoy Kazu, probably at this point. But she leads you inside and into the kitchen. The servants, there's not many of them. The servants kind of scurry out when she just says, "Oh, no, I've got it. And they just kind of scurry out to go do other things, to get out of your way, and she begins preparing tea for the two of you. But you're hanging out in the kitchen together.
I remember I let Hikaru play with some of my paints, so I'm just gonna like. Well, if he ran out, I'm assuming he's done. So I'm gonna make sure they're all closed and stuff, and I'll get my paints back.
They're not. You go into you walk past the main sitting area while Suzume is preparing tea. On your way to chit chat with her, you look into that nice sitting room area where you all had tea originally, and you can see he's got there's a little canvas that's got scribbles all over it. There's some parchment that has writing ? All over it. You're not really sure. And definitely some of the paints do not have their little lids on them. One of the brushes is messed up, although you didn't give him brushes, so that's one of his. But yeah, some of the paint, one or two of the paints out of the ones that you gave him do not have the lid on.
Yeah, that's okay. I got here back in time. You know, they're not dried out or anything.
No,
so
they're not dried out yet. So
yeah, put the lids back on, clean them up if I need to, and if any excess paint gets on my fingers, I go to the canvas, I find a blank or dry spot, and I do a smiley face. You know. Yeah.
He will love that for sure. So yeah, you are able to clean up some of that disaster. On one of the other like smaller tables in the room is where he kind of posted up shop. Like you can see like there's crumbs on the top of the counter. There's the messed up paintbrushes. Some of the pieces of parchment are like crumpled up, like he tried and was just like nah, just like tossed it across the room. This child leaves a disaster in his wake wherever he goes. So that's the scene you're sitting in. So you can choose to join Suzume in the kitchen, or she will take you to the back porch area to sit in the garden while the two of you talk and have a moment together.
I think going to the back porch is more slightly more private, just because anybody can in theory walk into the kitchen. It's a kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So she leads you out there. She's carrying the tray. Some of the servants like start to fuss, like, "Oh no, you don't have to do that." And she's like, "I'm perfectly capable of carrying a tray one time in my life. It's fine." And just continues on into the little sitting area that she has set up in the backyard behind the house. There's a lot of flowers here, flowering vine plants. And a variety of other, some yummy, some fragrant, different types of plants in the backyard.
I will politely, but also quietly, follow along, sit kind of across from where she sits, so that way it's not awkward, and just kind of like let her lead the vibe, just because I have to get information.
She'll serve you both tea, and once that is done, you can also see that there's like little cookies, little cakes, all kinds of snacks, and it is at that point that once everything is laid out on the table, she looks at you and she says, "What is it you would like to know?"
Oh, so it's hard to. No, I do have a small list. I do not know who's actually alive. So would you happen to know that, or should I maybe figure it out later?
In terms of family? Other than you and your sister, none of your immediate family was killed.
Like a really big sigh of relief. Just that's very good.
last I visited. It's been a couple of months since I visited, but your mother is fine. In your pronunciation guide, is it just Lynn?
Just Lynn, yeah.
Okay, Lynn is fine. And your fathers are fine. Yue is fine. She just kind of shrugs a little bit. Yeah, it was really just the two of you that were from the Silver Hairs anyway. Lots of other people were lost, but your family is, well, not unscathed, but nobody else.
No, I'm more than happy that it was just the two of us. I'd prefer it if it was none of us, but
Of course.
two is fine. Like the borough as a whole, though, how is that? You've been there, you know how the settlement is. We're way more underground than Fox Den.
There was a lot of fire. It has taken much of these last 2 years to reconstruct everything. It's been a long and difficult road, but I think in a couple more years things will be relatively back to normal, except for the addition of the memorial. I don't know if Kazuhiko told you, but how much do you want to know about what's different?
As much as you can handle. This is okay.
This is about what you can handle, though.
I'm fine.
Insight check! She's gonna insight check you. So you can roll persuasion or a deception, your choice.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, she didn't roll the best. But...
Oh, shit. Wait, where is my thing? Okay. Damn, okay. I got a 12.
She got a total of 15, so she did beat you. She's trying to figure out if you are being honest with her. Are you being honest with her?
I am, specifically a confused dishonest.
Okay.
Confused because I don't know how to feel about... I don't know how I particularly feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's sort of like I'm fine as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I am not fine.
Right.
When it comes to things about that day, especially.
Mm-hmm.
I am okay right now, though, just dealing with everything. So it's one of those, like, confused, I'll figure out how exactly I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the trauma will hit me at night, you know, like, one of those things. Maybe in an hour, I'll just cry. Like, we'll find out. It's one of those vibes.
Oh my god, I love it. So she'll pause for a second. She'll take a beat to sip from her tea after you say that. And you can tell she's caught on, but she's not specifically calling you out on it. And she says, well, it would be better for me to tell you now, I think, than for you to go home and find out immediately. In the square in the borough, there is a statue of you and your sister.
A statue?
A statue.
Like a whole... Like
whole
a...
statue.
Why?
Because it is a memorial.
I thought it would be like...
You two were special.
Not that special. I thought it would be like a group memorial type of thing.
Oh,
you know?
there is a group memorial, but that is the main centerpiece of it.
Oh no, that's embarrassing. Well, maybe I should just pretend I'm dead.
She... she... They are... You do know that... She kind of struggles with this because, like, she knows what the birth of you and your sister meant, and is struggling to not spell it out for you again. But she just kind of, you know, you know the two of you were important.
You're getting really quiet.
You know the two of you were important.
Okay, yeah, but we just... I don't know, it feels weird. We didn't even do anything yet. It's, you know, we didn't... And Diary's actually, like, moving her hands, like, to try to, like, you know, like, physically grab the words if she needed, but she can't do it. Like, if she's, you know, and then she just shrugs.
She'll say, all the more tragic that you didn't get to accomplish all of the things that you were destined to achieve.
Yeah. Is it a big statue?
No, it's not giant or anything.
Okay, that's good. It's not...
Arguably, they probably would have put a statue up eventually anyway, even if you had lived.
Living is different. And technically I did. So, I mean, it's for the wrong reason, maybe? I don't know. Didn't know there was a statue. I knew that there was a memorial. Didn't know there was a statue. Feels kind of weird. Feel like... No, that's a bad joke. Not gonna make that joke right now.
Sorry, I realize that's probably a lot, but would you have rather learned it now, or
No,
when you walked in?
Now is much better to know, because if I walked in, I might have just given them a reason to have the statue, like a real one. I would have just died. Like, there. No, and then she like shifts a little bit, like, and then points to a different spot and goes, there. I would have died there.
Right there.
Take a few steps. And then...
She pours you some more tea.
Thank you.
I feel like I should have gotten wine for this conversation instead.
No, I'd be like seven times more embarrassing.
Oh. Well, you're steering back to happier topics. Your immediate family is okay.
You have faded my immediate family.
They are still they're still doing well. They're all in good health, last I heard, and are continuing on as they have continued on.
No, that wouldn't make sense to ask.
What? Ask anything.
I was gonna ask if you've seen Yue at all.
If I've seen her?
Like if they gotten bigger or not?
Oh, yes, they've certainly gotten a bit taller in the last couple of years.
Now, this is very, very, very specific. Don't be weirded out, but are they taller than me?
I'm gonna roll to see if she remembers. So, I guess my question to you is, which father is Yue's father?
Araceli, not mine. Not we're half siblings.
Okay, so oh, I love this. Okay, I presume their design is left up to me.
Yeah, if you want, if you want to. I think I only mentioned like specific stuff. I have doodled. You already know I've doodled, Dai's mom, and
Lynn.
I've actually doodled the other dad,
Oh, okay.
as well, the bunny shifter dad, because I was like, damn, this is very specific. So eventually I'll send it to you. But like
Okay.
the other two, you can do as you please.
Okay. Well, they. Yeah, they're taller than you, even if you don't count the horns.
That's so upsetting. Because actually no, it's not. No, it might be weird actually, because
To be
it has
fair,
been 2
their
years.
father is rather tall.
Oh yeah. No, it's. I mean, I assumed that she get taller than me. It's just gonna be a weird, like Dai makes the gesture of like looking down and then all the way up, like
Because
that
Yue
kind of
at this
with
point
her
is
head.
only 15,
probably
16?
Yeah.
Yeah.
something roughly something like that.
Mhm.
They have to hit that I know teenager, right? So they have to hit that growth spurt at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are a little bit taller. Not a lot. They're a bit taller.
Hmm.
They're big boots.
Big boots.
She's grinning at you. Yeah, big tall boots.
Big boots.
Get a little step stool.
Steps? No, that's not fair.
She sips her tea.
No. Very low key reeling at the fact that now she's just officially like the shortest in her family.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Okay. But this next part might sound a little favory, and I think kind of is a favor. Would you be able to get like a message to them? Because I have no idea if I'll be able to make a stop by the burrow anytime soon. Especially if we're gonna kidnap Kazu. I don't know how long that will take.
If you want to write a letter, I can seal it. I can have it sent there for you.
Sorry, very loud noise
Oh.
from the upstairs. Okay, seal it for me. I think I can write like a quick one. Yeah.
Take all the time you need.
No, I mean it has to be quick because we're like going. I don't know if we're going today or like tomorrow, or I don't know what the timeline is for us leaving yet.
Well, there's plenty of stationery in the other room, as long as Hikaru hasn't painted on all of it. I will
No,
let it
he's
slide
painted
because
on
I have
it.
not seen you in so long that you gave my son paint. But it's fine. I will have someone
was-
clean it up.
It was just a little bit of paint, and he kept it mostly on the canvas this time.
It's a special occasion, so it's fine. I will speak to him about it later.
Thank
Outside, you hear, Kazu! Play with me! I'm bored!
Very quietly, Dai will go, play with your brother, please. we might never make it to the necropolis.
The
If it
child is
comes
gonna
back-
stow away and follow you all to fucking necropolis.
I don't even know how small.
Kazu!
How small
I
is
don't
he
like
actually?
the swamp.
The swamp. No, he's gonna drown.
Yeah. No. Sharpie just full face palm. No. So yeah, you hear the shouting from the front yard, and Kazuhiko saying something much quieter, but you only hear like the lower tones of what he's saying. And Suzume just kind of smiles and says, Never a dull moment. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Or we can just continue our tea and relax a little bit?
Yeah, I think that would be preferable.
Okay. I'm very glad that you are back, that you're here.
Thank you for having us and being very, the language is slipping from my fingertips, for being very hospitable. There we go.
Of course, you are... really, come what may, you are family, one way or another. We will always see you as such.
Do a little happy, they just boop boop.
A little happy dance.
A little happy dance. A little happy wiggle, really. It's not a dance.
Wiggle?
It's a little wiggle. Little wiggle.
The ears just kind of wiggle a little bit.
Yeah. Just like a leaf, Poof, poof. Very happy. If this were an anime, there's like a fucking flower that just appears in the background a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the little spinny ones, yeah.
Yeah, the spinny one.
Oh my god, that was so anime. This entire campaign. Who's next? We're gonna over to someone else. Does anybody else have a thing? No? Okay.
I will say the only thing that doesn't need to be played out but is on the list is that acquiring alcohol for the road was important to Aurora. And
okay.
if anybody came with her, she did try to conceal how much was purchased.
Okay, this is important detail. Exactly how much booze are you trying to carry on your person?
So I feel like
Have, like a little mini keg strapped to your bag? Like, what is this?
No, I'm thinking like a few wine bottles like rolled in some cloth, so like maybe 4 total, but only reveals that she bought 3.
Oh boy. That's a lot of space in your bag. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'm willing to compromise on what could actually physically fit in the bag, but in terms of like her intentions is how much stuff can I carry along with me after being in this environment.
Okay. So I'm not super crazy like with encumbrance, for example, in terms of weight. But I am a little bit of a stickler for how much space things take up if you don't have a haversack or a bag of holding. Do any of you have a bag of holding? Not a one of you. Okay. That's fine. I prefer that. I would say you could do it, but it would be really hard for you to fit anything else in your bag. And also, if you get walloped in battle, I will absolutely destroy those bottles. Because you're carrying fragile things in your bag.
So, like, all of them? Or is it, like, the amount I'm able to carry?
Depends. You can carry... Oh, how much you're able... Like, how much out of the ones you want to
because,
purchase?
like,
you can purchase them all. Yeah, absolutely.
What is... Like, what would be a normal amount for
them
Aurora
up
to think she could
party.
fit in her backpack? Like, because that's how many she's going to buy.
Are they full-size bottles?
Well,
4 would
what
be
do they have
push-it.
available for sale? So, like, you could tell me what they got, and I could, like,
you could
say I tried.
You could fill, like, wine skins. You could get, like, a little mini keg and, like, strap that to the outside of your backpack. I'm talking, like, this big, not huge. Like,
I don't know what this big means, because I can't see.
Oh, you can't see me? God! I don't know what the dimensions of a mini keg are.
Okay, no, I got your hand signal. It came
Okay.
through. Okay, so,
Shit! I forgot that you can't see me.
It's okay. If Nikita came, then Aurora would go for mini keg. If Nikita did not come, then she would go for wineskin, and she'd probably then only go for 2. Because
gonna
it's like
post
she
it.
knows she can't carry things.
Oh god, that's a giant link. Hold, please.
Uh-oh.
This thing. This is literally what I was thinking. So it's like a gallon of booze. You could get one of those and strap it to your backpack on the outside. Arguably. You could just
Like,
strap it.
technically
You
that
could just
could be
strap
done.
it to
Yes.
to fucking Nikita. Here you go.
And that is
Hydrate,
the plan,
everybody.
but only if she came shopping with her. So, did you or did you fly solo? She's got to roll about it. I understand.
Gotta roll
Yeah, she
on.
went with you.
Excellent. Then Rourke's gonna start her process of bringing this up to Nikita with like, so seems like there's not really a lot that I could carry. I mean, we could each carry one, but it would be much more economical if we could get like one big one. But that sounds really hard to carry. And she's kind of like talking this through as if she's thinking about it, but just planting seeds for Nikita to pick up.
I feel like, is there any weight reference that Nikita could like just grab and kind of like be like, yeah, I could do this?
Yeah, pretty much anything short. I mean, even a full-size keg you could lift, but the smaller ones, like, imagine like a gallon.
It's not bad. I mean,
It
I
is
can't
in a wood
promise-
container in that instance. So
Okay.
it's a little heavier than just gallon of water.
got you.
Because it's made out of wood, it's not plastic or whatever, but yeah,
Gotcha.
roughly that weight though. However many pounds that is, I don't know.
I can't promise I won't break it because I kind of. I mean, you've seen me. I mean, I can try to be careful with it, but it will take. I'll carry it, but I might break it.
Danger of losing alcohol is probably worse than not having any, so let's go wineskins.
Okay.
Wineskins it is. And you can fill up a few wineskins easily. Those are easier to carry, they're flexible, they're not glass. So you can definitely do that. And also distribute them amongst the party if you don't want to carry them all yourself. You can split them up amongst your fellow party members, unless they're all for you. I mean, you know, in that case, like, whatever. I'm just giving you
They're
options. You can take them or not.
They're not all for Aurora.
I was like, are they all for you? What's happening here? Should we find you a blender as well and have the fucking Pina Colada song playing in the
Some ice.
background? Like, yeah.
Just make a little bar to build onto Nikita as
You
we
have to learn
go.
ice magic specifically so you can make margaritas for everyone. Yeah.
Those little like neck strap things, so she could like have like a table here, so she could just.
Oh my God. A little mixology with your adventure. I know we're in the middle of a swamp right now, but I just really need a martini. It's fine.
I mean, one margarita.
Margaritaville. That's where you're all heading at this fucking rate. But yeah, so you're able to get all those things. You can do the wineskins. Yes, thumbs up to the wineskins.
Yeah.
Yes.
And go from there. Yes, you can carry 4 bottles worth if you want.
Yeah, that would be perfect. And Aurora will pay for it, and the plan is to distribute the other 3 amongst the party and have one just for herself.
Okay, excellent. So that's no problem. You're able to get that for pretty cheap. It only costs like 2 gold, since you're getting a lot. Hope you guys are keeping track of your money.
Going to do it. The clerical work is happening.
And a couple things.
Yes.
Okay, I already got my Fox NT because Dayu got me a box from their house, correct?
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
so I'm good on tea.
Mhm.
Second thing, is my item gonna come in here or somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
Gotcha.
Actually, you know what? It could come in here. I think that, you know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about that now. When you all get back from your various quests across the town, or at least when you get back, Nikita, Kazuhiko is waiting for you. And he looks at you and he says, I have something for you, if you're interested.
I'm listening.
How do you feel about new weapons? You don't have to give up what you have, just...
Add to the collection?
Exactly.
I do like...
something I would like for you to have. If you
Okay.
want it, of course. I'm not going to force it upon you. And I need to look at my notes, because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it is, but I'm double checking to make sure I'm not getting that mixed up. Yes, okay, let me open up the stat block for this item. Okay. He will, he'll walk with you into the house, and you've already seen, like, where his room is and stuff like that, but he will, you know, he'll leave you in the hallway, not expecting you to follow him, steps into his room, pulls a blade off of the wall, and walks out into the hallway once again, and you see as he unsheathes the sword, I believe it is a long sword. Let me double check. They are all martial weapons, so I guess technically he could do either of them. Just a second. I take it back. It is a great sword.
Now we're talking.
And he unsheathes it, and it fills the hallway with silvery light. And it is an exquisite looking blade. It is well cared for, it is well sharpened, it has inlays in the crossguard as well as in the pommel, and it gives you get the impression of the theme of a moon. And the design on the hilt, etched into the hilt, is what basically looks like a hand wrapped around the actual hilt. It's like inlaid flat into the actual hilt, so it's like your hand goes here, kind of. It looks like that. And what you see before you, though you don't know it, but for the table and for the folks at home, is a moon-touched greatsword. It does 2d6 slashing damage. And when it is unsheathed, specifically in darkness, when it is unsheathed, it will shed moonlight in a radius of 15 feet, and dim light for an additional 15 feet. I will send you this little stat block.
Thanks.
And you can add the greatsword version of this to your character sheet.
Okay. Touched. She's going to admire the sword, first of all. I didn't expect you to give me something like this, but thank you. This is a great gift. Do you mind sparring with me a little bit outside?
Oh, we can
Just
do
to get the
that.
feel for it.
Of course. Absolutely. He'll walk with you out into the yard. And as you're walking, he says to you, "No, and I don't mean this in a patronizing way or anything like that. You are a great warrior.
It cut out the end. Anything
You
that you
are
are?
a great warrior."
Oh. Thank you. I'm not taking it in that way you mentioned earlier. I do appreciate it. You're a good warrior too.
Maud, I don't want there to be any hard feelings between us. And if we are going to fight side by side in the heat of battle, I would prefer to know that you are there. And I'm glad to know that you will be there.
You have my sword at your side. Just, let's treat the group a little nicely the whole time.
I've already talked to Sinark about that and will endeavor to do so. You can tell the mood changes a little bit when you say that, but he's accepting of it. And he will, from its resting place, sitting up against the wall on the outside of the building, grab his own sword. He's got the longsword, the Giant Slayer longsword. And he will shing, kind of take that out of its scabbard, and kind of step out into the yard, and say, "How much do you want to spar?"
I mean, it's really up to you. I really just want there to be she's just kind of gonna take out the sword, really feel the weight, and just try to get acquainted with it.
Yeah.
We can keep it very minute.
He'll say to you, I'll just guard and you can... Does that sound good? That way you can just test. You don't have to worry about breaking this. He motions to the longsword, so don't hold back.
And I feel like at this moment, you'll see a weirdly, methodical, structured technique come out from her initial stance. And then it just, as she's sparring a little bit more and more, you see her, more of her own flair and her own touch really coming out. A little bit less structured as she keeps fighting and swinging her sword. But she starts off, you see that she's implementing it as she's fighting and she's swinging.
Yeah, he's blocking and parrying just a little bit, just enough to give you that momentum to pull back and hit again, just to see how the blade feels when you're actually swinging the sword for real. And he very expertly is following your movements and making sure that you don't chop his freaking arm off or something. And yeah, the blade feels very good.
She's gonna nod her head.
Yeah. It feels good like your usual blade does. It's pretty similar there. So you think this is a very good backup sword, or maybe something to use if you need to take a break from using Armageddon's sword, or want to give it a break or something over time, since it is a family heirloom. So yeah, you've got options now. You've got two blades on your back like a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Can't wield them both at the same time, but
That's
they're cool.
Fine. It looks cool though.
You got some Witcher shit going on now.
Yes.
So yeah. So Nikita gets her Geralt on, which is pretty fucking badass. Two giant blades on your back, yeah. They're just, it's a good thing you're tall, otherwise they'd just be dragging lines in the sand behind you as you walk. It's a good thing you're tall. Otherwise you'd be really easy to track. God, that's so funny.
Thanks, DM.
Yeah, so you have your little sparring match. your little man-to-man time, so to speak, to slap a gender on it just to be funny about it. But yeah, the two of you have a good time. And you have a new sword, so that's cool.
Yeah, shiny.
I just need y'all to know that I was gonna make a couple dick jokes, but then my mom came downstairs. She was very, very, very lucky. She would have joined in and made even worse dick jokes. Like it would have been full on penis slander.
Oh my god! I would fully.
I would pay money.
I would pay money. Shut up and take my money. Here is my credit card, Aki. Take it from me.
Aki's mom can get an allowance from everyone on stream.
No, I promise you, you can't afford my mom's allowance. I promise you, my mom
I believe
my
you.
mom likes things.
Oh,
my mom loves things. Aurora and my mother and Rev would get along, but then she'd make you both cry.
Oh, God. So Aki's mom is actually the final boss. Spoiler alert. So yeah, you all are able to reconvene at any given point, and if you have nothing further to talk about in Fox, then you may depart.
Yeah.
Before we depart, I would like to ask Kazuhiko.
Yeah.
So, tell us honestly then, do you think that we're not prepared to go south? Should we head somewhere else instead?
I would not say you are prepared in that you have the gear for it now. You are prepared in that you have a guide, 2 guides technically speaking, who know the landscape well. Other than Dayu and probably Nikita, I would say none of you are truly ready. But I will attempt to steer us away from the worst of the dangers as best I can. Obviously, it is very unpredictable and hostile out there. But as long as you take it as seriously as I hope you all do, you should be able to get through just fine. Vic making the fucking stank face on stream. Dying. But yeah, if I didn't think you were capable of getting to where you need to go, I would tell you not to go there.
There are other locations we need to visit as well. This is the only one where we know exactly where it is we need to go. Is it better, do you think, to head to the necropolis with the dangers on the way, or should we divert and maybe get a little more serious before we head south?
You want to keep heading west? We're already
West.
so close to Fouchus. Is that the idea here?
West, north.
Where do you think we should divert?
Elysia?
This time of year, the snows will be quite heavy, but it's doable. There's more open space in the mountains, no swamps in the mountains. At the very least, anything that will try to kill us in Elysia will be easy to spot for the most part, except for... You know what, I'm not going to invite that thought. I won't say it out loud. If the group
Right.
feels that we should navigate north, I'm happy to go there. I am bound to whatever your schedule is.
We spent all this time convincing Dayu that we should come here, and now we want to go all the way back on the other side? That sounds like so much work.
Are you there for that conversation?
Sure, Red would be happy to ask it at like dinner or something.
Oh, like in front of everybody. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were pulling him
Oh.
aside.
Sorry,
Okay,
I thought
that
we
does
were all
change
together.
things. That changes how he addresses things slightly. So he would look at all of you and say, "Do you feel that you want to go north? I've not spent really much time in Elysia, but I've studied the maps. And I'm a good navigator. So, kinda shrugs.
I'm just asking for an assessment. Southmore was more than I was expecting. What we saw at Blockade. I would be happy to go to Elysia, but we're already here.
I would like to vibe check.
Yes.
I would also like to vibe check.
Okay. Insight against either deception or persuasion. You do not have to tell us which. You only need to tell us the number.
I rolled real bad.
Oh
I
boy.
rolled an 18.
All right.
19.
I had 12. So I think that both of you can tell that Revelation is bringing this up now because they do want to go to Elysia. And it might be like they're not lying about the danger in Southmore being worse than what they had expected. But there's another reason that they'd rather divert.
I'm gonna put that away in my pocket.
I
don't know what
don't.
Dia's gonna do with it.
I go, oh, what have you learned?
Hmm?
What have you learned? Because you were pretty eager to come to Southmore. What have you learned, Rev?
There's a place in Elysia that I'd like to visit. It should be fine. The timing, it should work out even if we go to the necropolis first. The trouble that we found here made me concerned about our speed and about the ability to get there.
Well, a trip to the border of Elysia would not be too difficult. From where we are, we would cross the Gladius, cross into Fauchus, travel through the forests there to the border of Elysia. It would take, if we left today, depending on the weather, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. To get to Elysia from here.
And what do we do when we get there? Because I thought we came down here because this is where we knew where to go. Once we get up there, are we going to spend 3 more weeks wandering around in the snow?
I wish to go to Mount Ceres, but not for another few months. There are towns in Elysia where
You
we
have
could
2 months. And it will take you a month to get there.
take a month to get there. Yeah,
Yep.
I thought I had 3 months.
Did he say 3? I'm pretty sure he said 2. It's 2.
Yeah, I think it's 2.
It's 2.
Yeah.
So
Do I know about Mount Ceres?
Yes, you do. I will pull this up. Give me just a second. Bear with me. Look through Conca. Mount Ceres. You know that it is widely considered to be the largest mountain in the known world. It is very difficult to climb. In fact, most people who try to even climb up to the halfway point do not come back alive.
Got it. Everest type deal.
It snows rather heavily in Elysia overall. It is a known hunting ground for dragons. But they tend to stay in the mountains. They don't usually come down because the various guardians of Elysia are rather powerful. So, yeah. That's a thing. But yeah, Elysia is, there's a lot of, mountainous area, there's logging towns, various ruins to explore, and it spans the entirety of the north of the continent. So Elysia is quite large.
You're familiar with that Wintergate area, right?
Yeah, you're familiar with Wintergate. You lived, so let's pull up the map. I'll drag you all to the world map, hold please. Let's move everybody over. Oh god, you guys are giant on this map!
See, it's
hilarious!
Trap.
You're a bunch of fucking giants! Stop hopping around, I'm gonna scale you all.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No! My tall powers.
You're so small now. Look at you,
no.
puny. No, wait.
Oh god. This kaiju size fucking... Why is this buddy so large? Oh god. Okay, so...
It's average height, you know? In theory.
This is what I get for not scaling my levels properly. This is what happens in One More Multiverse, so you don't scale your shit properly.
It just got smaller and smaller.
So as you can see here in the world map up on the screen for the folks at home, and also for those of you looking at One More Multiverse, the Elysia spans literally the entire north. Everything north of the Veil of Night, up until the border of the Amaria Wilds, where you can see part of the natural border over here includes this lake on the eastern side of Elysia, and the border area continues here to the ocean. So only part of the Amaria Wilds has taken over part of the north. There are reasons for that, you will find out in the future. But yeah, there's a series of lakes up in Elysia that... yeah, they just kind of... That's Elysia. You know that there are... Oh god, I have so many notes. Wish I had everything in one spot. There is... So, Wintergate, the capital, is where Nikita's little icon is standing here on the map. You lived further south from Wintergate, closer to the mountains between Elysia and the Veil of Night. You lived in this wooded area over here.
Okay.
Right, I'm putting your little guys. So you were in the woods in that region of the world, near this mountain range that borders Okurai. And...
Okay.
And is Mount Ceres the mountain above Wintergate? North of Wintergate?
It is the biggest mountain out of the ones above Wintergate, yes. So, all the mountains at the base are what you might call regular-sized mountains, and then there is Mount Ceres.
I feel, especially with all this explanation and personal reasons of going back, Nikita, with her eyes closed, I think will say, I don't think it's wise to go away so closely when we're already so close to this place that would advance the mission. We're right there, and making that trek to go all the way back I don't know if that is a move. We could go afterwards, if that's where you want to go.
Just for context as to where you are in the world, y'all, all your varying sizes here in the world, are, I'm gonna scoot some of you.
Let me scooch on over you.
Scooch on over. Y'all are up here. Near the bend of this river. Actually, I would say more precisely. You're here.
I think if it helps, I think it probably won't help. Sin probably like pushes a plate forward and like takes out like his little map, like folds it out in front of him, and he looks at Kazuhiko, and it's just like, all right, 4 weeks to the border of Elysia.
Yes.
And how many weeks to the necropolis?
2 or 3, depending on our progress.
So
From where
exactly
we are,
how
we're-
urgent is this visit to the mountain, Rev?
It's out. The timing is out of my control. It's a single event that
What is the event?
the 14th of Genjin, a meteor shower.
Alyssa, what's Rev's charisma?
I believe it is a 14. It is a 14, so +2.
I'm gonna say that both of those rolls were under 10. So Sin definitely is just like, he's trying to seem impartial, but he looks at Nikita and is just like, honestly, if it's gonna be close to 3 weeks, depending on weather that we've experienced in this place, I think it would do us some good to march north first to learn to work together a little bit better before we get down here. Dayu has already, I'm not sure how you feel, but I know you didn't want to head south towards the burrow anyway, so this might give you some time to recover from everything that you've learned.
I didn't when we first talked about it. In fact, I was the one who suggested Elysia because it was closer.
I will admit that we were wrong on that part.
So after getting all of that information out of me, experiencing all of Southmore, have you grown bored of me, or are you just satisfied? Has your curiosity been satisfied, Rev?
It's not about my curiosity about you, Dayu.
Sure seemed like it when you all kind of ambushed me while I was naked and drunk in the hot springs with the rest of you. But sure, let's go north.
Charmy?
Aurora would cut in at some point to say, so we spent all the time convincing Dayu, and then we came all the way down here, and I bought this hideous outfit, and now we're not even going into the bog? Why didn't you bring this up earlier, Rev? Like, this could have been something we could have maybe helped to decide on as a group when we wanted to know where to go.
I thought that I had more time. I was mistaken.
And I'm really still curious about what we're going to do when we get to Elysia. If we only knew where to go here in Southmore, and that's why many of us wanted to push Dayu to take us here. It's because this is where we know we can get info. What are we going to do up there? Wander around in the snow for 3 weeks?
We go to Wintergate, which we know where is. We ask around there. We have the backing of the Kaliko Shirei. I think that it is not. I think that the task of pathfinding our way in Elysia might be lesser than the task of whatever it takes to get to the necropolis through Southmore. And
Except that eventually we'll have to come back.
and eventually, hopefully, we'll be more prepared. We'll be stronger.
No, Dayu, you're right, and I'm sorry. This was already really uncomfortable for you, and I do think that we should finish what we said we did, especially because of what happened.
What does Nikita have to say about all of this?
I was gonna say that I feel like she's been just like, she went from being just her usual calm self at the table to like shaking her leg profusely.
Mhm.
I think that you can see that she's like thinking about, she's battling a lot in her head right now. She's just looking down at her hands kind of thing. She's like not even engaging with anything else on the table right now.
Mhm.
And I think between the dragon threat that there is in the mountains, I don't like what I'm feeling because I don't want to go to Elysia for my own personal reasons so soon in my own mind, but we already pushed Dayu to do a lot and go through a lot emotionally by being here. For fuck's sake, look where we are. She just let everybody know that she's alive. This is a big deal to her. And I feel kind of shitty because then I, on the other hand, am thinking I don't want to go to Elysia because that's where my dead father's at. And it's just a lot. And on top of everything, there are threats everywhere. And she's getting like more and more riled up, I guess, at this like rambling. I think we go through. I don't know why we would have gone in so far, made her go through all of this, and then leave just to make her go back through all of it all over again.
You're right.
Not to speak for you, Dayu.
No, you speak good. And I pat your arm.
I love this so much. Yeah, Kazuhiko is hearing what Dayu had to say and everybody else. He's not looking super happy. He's staying silent though. And this is a y'all's decision. He's not part of the decision-making process. He's the guide.
Actually, with after I pat Nikita on the arm, like it's a good pat for the record. It's not like when I try to heal you slap or anything.
Yeah,
It's just
Slap,
actually
slap,
gentle.
yeah, it's nice and like gentle. But I will I'll get up actually, and just go. I don't want to be a part of the decision-making process, so you guys figure out where we're gonna go, and just let me know in the morning if I have to figure out how these ridiculous shoes will work. I'm gonna go somewhere, and just go. I just get up and I go.
Kazu
Good.
will follow you.
I take all the ghosts with me. You're not even allowed to have them.
No ghosts. No
go
hot
with-
fox boy. You get none of it.
Okay.
Dayu gets it all.
Yeah, that's right. Take the
Um,
one other bunny in the room.
you
I
should-
think this is the most chastised any of you three has ever seen Sin. This is the most. He has never felt guilty about like a goddamn thing in his life. That's a lie, but never felt guilty about something in front of you guys. And he just looks really like. He's like, I think that Aurora, you and Nikita are both correct, and I think, I think we should make our way to the Acropolis as soon as possible, and try and make it elsewhere quickly afterwards.
Rev, I respect you, but why the sudden changes? I understand this is important to you, but where is his interest coming from?
Before you say anything, I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
From me?
Yes.
That is a. Okay, my wisdom's fine. So that is a hot 10.
Okay,
on the
continue.
dice.
Continue. We'll get to that in a minute.
Concern. I may not. I know that I don't seem like much of a druid, Nikita, but I am a member of the Circle of Stars. This meteor shower is it's a deeply important event in a way that I don't know how to describe to you. But being there, seeing it is it's not an exaggeration to say that it would help shape, give meaning to my life.
There is nothing about you that makes me doubt your ability to start off. You are the druid. I don't know what druids are supposed to look like exactly, but I mean, from what you have, I don't know what to say, I guess, to that statement, but you are strong in what you do, and I understand that this could be important to you. I just don't understand it myself, and I understand that part.
And I'm sorry, I wish I knew what I could say that would make you understand. Everything that I've done in Okrai before coming to Okrai, it was leading up to this, and the thought that I might miss it just because I miscalculated times, distances. I know it isn't fair to Dayu to have pushed us coming to Southmore first. If I could go back and change the direction we went, I would.
If we do go north, what would you do to make it up to Dayu?
Bark Inspiration Network, welcome with a party of 2 sweet beans. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you so much.
Hey, she would have time with Kazuhiko. Time to think about whatever it is that happened. Time to figure out more of their relationship and what it is that she wants. I mean, did you know Dayu in Okurai?
No.
Neither did I. And that means that I didn't realize when we came here how much it would mean. I don't know what I could do to make that up, but I can promise that I would try.
The longer you speak, the more you explain and give details, real details of what you need to do, the more a creeping black smog begins to creep through the edges of your vision. And you know that you are being listened to right now, and you know that being forthright is perhaps not the best move. And Furos is not happy with how you are handling this conversation, and you know it.
I think that you can see Rev sort of close their eyes against the smoke, trying to ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
Almost hands clenched under the table. And they say, even trying to explain it this much it's a bad idea. And they sort of glance apologetically at Sin for a second, like, hey, these are secrets that I'm keeping, just like we just talked about people keeping useless secrets.
I think perhaps at this point would be a good time for a break, so we can all reflect on where we're going, especially because we are probably having a slightly shorter session this week, because some people have to get up very early. So we're going to take a strict 10-minute break. I will put a timer on and everything. We will see you all in 10 minutes. Everybody get up, stretch, have a little snack, and we'll see you in 10. Hello, welcome back, everybody. Apparently, timers don't work on this group like they do on the Friday game. And barely on the Friday game. I'm not giving them any credit. They don't get any credit.
I'm here. What do you mean?
Gay.
Everybody, yeah, we're all so gay. We can't possibly be on time ever. As evidenced by the absence of Charmy from the screen.
Charmy is fabulous.
I'm
Too
using
fabulous to show up on time.
I'm using Charmy and how much I love her and her fabulousness to further my gay agenda. It's fine. Which is to prove to you all that What is happening in chat right now? I'm so confused.
What you got? What do you mean?
Mr. Roboto? Why is Mr. Roboto in here?
Secret. I've got a secret.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Yes.
Ugh. Yeah.
That album is one of the best
It's so
rock
good.
operas.
It's so
It's
good.
fun. I love concept
And all
albums.
anyone ever talks about is Mr. Roboto.
Oh, Heavy Metal Poisoning is my favorite song from that album.
It's a good song. Anyway, I was trying to
our
stall a
words
little
you're
bit,
saying.
but Charmy has abandoned us. Charmy has forsaken us. Ah!
Charmy's here. We did stall it up.
Yes, we stalled enough.
Great job,
I'm
sorry.
I'm
Had to
heavy
break up a
hydrating.
head
Oh,
fight.
And so now that we have stalled enough for Charmy to join us because we're professionals, we can pick up right where we left off.
Yeah. Chill. So super chill. So cool. So
Everything's fine. Everything's chill. Everything's cool.
Sin wrings his hands. And he's like looking at the map again. He's like staring at the map. And he's just like, if we stop at the port on our way back from Hollowgate, we can probably buy horses. I can sell my shift weave, and we can probably just buy some horses and maybe cut our travel time up to Elysia. But I really think we should give, after what we've put Dai through, give her a chance to follow through with it right now when she's having this energy to tackle it. But I will swear to you that I will get the group of horses to try and push towards Elysia after we finish at the necropolis.
It's 3 weeks to the border. And getting to Wintergate, getting to the mountain. After that, it doesn't work out, even on horses.
do they not have horses here?
In Foxton?
Mm-hmm.
They have horses here. Probably not many for sale, but they have horses here.
And I don't know how many horses can go through the bog. Which is probably why we'll have to travel there on foot.
Yep.
And then maybe walk our way back up, get a horse, and then travel out on horse. Horses can travel far more than we can on foot. They can cut travel times down. Mandy, I know that Sin would probably know how much a horse would cut travel times down, but Victor doesn't. So can I get some help here?
I would say it would. Sorry, I was making tea.
No worries.
I would say travel time with horses, if I'm not mistaken, doubles your speed in terms of travel.
So it could have the time that we get there. 2 weeks. Then however long. So what? 3 weeks to the border. And then we get to Wintergate and go see your meteor shower.
Would the horses work in the snow?
And, depending on how deep the snow is, yes.
It would still cut the time.
Put time here.
Yeah.
Yep. So, let me... Okay, so I'm gonna open this up here. Give me just a second. Now, I say it doubles your travel time, but that depends on the terrain. If it is difficult terrain, it is the same as walking on foot. So if the snow is extremely deep, for example, horses can't necessarily walk through that after a certain point, which this time of year, wintertime, in Elysia is rather difficult. Although much of the year in Elysia, it is rather difficult terrain in general for any kind of mounted retinues off of the main roads, to be specific. Thank you, Anonymous, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Koi.
What about the swamp? Is that also difficult terrain?
Oh, extremely difficult terrain. Horses will definitely not do well in the bog.
Plus the undead in the bog.
Yeah, you know. It's fine.
Yeah.
Again, like Sin points out, though, like, there's established roads back up to the Vale after this. Could ride through the Vale and take the road right up to Wintergate.
Nikita's eyes kind of like flit a little bit, I guess. I know the way.
Arguably, you could, instead of skirting around the Veil of Night, you could go back through.
That is what Sin is offering.
Yeah, but you would have to explain yourselves a little bit, possibly, as to why you've decided to detour on a time-sensitive project. So
Isn't
2 time-sensitive projects now.
Wouldn't we have to get information from Wintergate to like figure out where this temple is anyway?
Yes.
We would just be explaining that we're cutting through and not shirking our duty.
Yeah. No, Sin is confident in this. Sin like sort of like points it down and is like, I'm confident in this plan.
I do want to be clear above table for Alyssa's sake. While the time frame is tight, depending on how much time you spend in the necropolis, you might be able to still make it. So, it kind of is either way. If you leave now, for sure you will make it. If you go to the necropolis, it depends on what awaits you there. You don't know how long you're going to be there. You don't know what awaits you there. But the same goes for the other destination as well. So, just weigh those in mind. One does not forbid the other. It just makes it a little more urgent.
Right. That Revelation is sort of looking down at the map now. Or their head is tilted down to the map. Their eyes are closed. They don't want the reminder that Viros is there.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the smog in the corners of your eyes. Like, you can see it moving, like, just outside your vision. Like, you know how you have, like, you sense motion and it creeps you out, but you know what it is, and it's just there. It doesn't flit away when you try to avert your gaze. It is there. And to that point, so you said you're looking at the map right now?
Yeah.
I'm going to say for you, you look down at the paper and the smog begins to creep in further and further into your vision until it seems to form on the page, and you see the visage of a man. Take the opportunity. and there is knowledge on the way.
I think Revelation is frustrated, both that this isn't going to plan
Yep.
and that now they're being watched over as if like their method of handling it isn't sufficient. Hands clenched. If she wasn't wearing gloves, I think she'd be drawing blood in her palms. But she says, is there any knowledge immediately that would make this an easier proposition?
That comes at a price, my student. And you see a kind of clawed hand kind of trace over. It's almost like his image is interposed over the paper, but moving. And a clawed hand kind of, one finger just kind of runs up the coast of Fauchus and points to the star on the map that shows where Wintergate is. How badly do you want to know?
It's all that I want.
What are you willing to give up for it?
Rev's hand goes to the obsidian pendant. Is it enough to place to give to you directly? No dealing, no breaking apart whatever secrets we discover.
So what you're saying is you want to have knowledge without breaking what you currently have?
I think that Rev is saying that they will, place the, like, it's possible to sort of place the pendant as intended and then sort of give whatever is heard to Furos directly rather than sort of whispering, like parsing through it and whispering it later.
So bypassing your mother.
Right.
Oh. He considers. He points and taps on the black splotch in the middle of the map on the table before you that signifies the presence of the Veil of Night. And he says, almost acceptable. I will take that and a name. Name one of your mother's compatriots.
Oh no. Okay, so above table, the only one I can remember is her partner.
Yep. So what he is implying here, and we can make up a name, you can make up a name. You can say you think the name and we can figure it out later. But what he is not asking you for the memory of this person. He is asking for this person. You have to give your knowledge and a life. And he's making you choose. But it has to be someone from your organization. It could be any one of them. And again, you don't have to give that person a name right now. We can figure it out offline. Are you willing to sacrifice a person for what he has to offer?
Hands clenched real hard, just eyes shut. Why take one of your own, is it? Would it not be? As a show of faith. And Rev gives up the name instead of the boy back home.
Oh shit. Okay. Because Furos is an omnipotent being, he knows precisely who you are talking about. And smiles. And says, My. Giving up your pet project, are you? Excellent. I have taught you well.
Mother worried that it was a distraction. It shows, right? That
Would you
I'm
like
good.
me
I'm
to
trying
take
to be good.
Would you like me to take away that reminder from you? His voice starts to distort, almost electronically. It's strange.
Yes.
You see this figure, almost featureless, grin widely, impossibly wide, more than a human can do. And rows of teeth. Black, sharp. Excellent. You will find what you need. And then you will have it all. And the illusion fades away. And I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please. To see how well you can hold up with the idea that you have just ended a life.
Yeah, I rolled well, so I got a 21.
You may handle it however you see fit.
I think that revelation is just stoic and still, and they lock that piece up into their brain and just are doing their best not to have to think about it, and they can feel it doesn't make sense that they'd be able to feel the absence of the tattoo on their lower back, but it does. It feels like a fresh wound.
It does. And it's painful. But you know that you are free of this reminder of this person who so insignificant, like a bug beneath your boot. A small price to pay for everything. Meanwhile, barely a breath has passed. And all you all see is Revelation glancing down at the map. And you may continue your conversation normally. Because none of you heard or saw any of this. And while it may have lasted a few minutes in Revelation's mind, for all of you, barely a second has passed.
But yeah, Sin is Sin is like, so tapping the map, and he's like, I think this is gonna work. I think this can work for all of us.
You think about the path that got traced on the map. It cut through Fouchus, not the Veil.
What if we go through Fouchus instead? Wouldn't have to explain anything to the Kaliko Shirei. Is there a quicker path that way? Sort of. Oh, Kazuhiko left.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sin can look at the map and he's like, well, there's no real major road from Fouchus to Elysia. There's mountains, there's farmland.
There's a path. There's a mountain path.
I see it.
Okay.
Is it that one on the right, or is it the one straight through Fouchus?
So
it's not in it.
So in the midst of Fouchus, and I'll share this on the map for everybody at home. So here, these little dashes, not the dots, but the dashes signify roads.
Gotcha.
You can see up here in northern Fouchus near Fonvolo, there's some roads up here, and then there is a section of mountain here, but there is a pass through these mountains to get to the border of Elysia. It spits you out. It spits you out right in this general vicinity where this ruin is.
Gotcha.
So when you cross the border, there's like some open field area here, and there is a path. It's just not very clearly marked here.
Gotcha.
Because it's not it's a road, but it's not a main road, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if Sin can make sense of it, Sin can be like, horses. We can trade them for donkeys if we need to.
I think something that we are kind of blowing over. Again, how are we going to convince Dayu? I know she said.
I thought we were going to go to the necropolis first.
Oh, necropolis first,
that's
and then
that's the plan.
Okay.
I was after it. Sorry, Nikita. I know this is a lot, and we still need to make it up to Dayu. But if we go down to the necropolis, we on our way back up buy horses, and then go straight through Fouchus. If we go through Fonvolo through the mountain path. I mean, we also need to go to Fouchus anyway, I believe.
We just need to move fast.
And again, I'm willing to give up my shift wave for it. I know it's expensive, and I know it can cover us some horses.
Depending on the situation. Well, if we hit Fluxton again on the way back up, I don't see maybe why they wouldn't maybe offer horses potentially.
I mean, maybe they even have some in the necropolis.
True. But we still have the issue of the bog.
Across the bog.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
right.
We're going through the bog to cut time, right? There's the road, it's just awkward. But the road is there.
Yep.
But wait, it goes towards Fouchus or the other way? I got confused.
The main road in Southmore.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the map, you can see that the main road in Southmore veers to the east, not to the west.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of roads in Southmore because a lot of the terrain is too treacherous for more roads than those that already exist. But yeah, those veer to the east almost completely. All the paths that you've walked so far going west towards the Fox Den have been not roads. Footpaths, some no-path areas that Kazuhiko has taken you through. So it varies a lot. It's not like Fouchus, there's lots of roads. In the Veil of Night, lots of roads. Elysia, tons of roads. They have, well-secured area and lots of resources to have and maintain those things, and also the landscape allows for it. Whereas in Southmore, that is not quite the case. So, you can take the roads. You can walk straight back to to an area just south of blockade and just take the roads, but it will add extra time.
That's why Sin is thinking like it would take less time to buy a horse and take the roads with the horse speed to head back to Fouchus.
On the way back, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Sin is saying. That like horses won't help us south, but going north. Sin thinks that the time that they will save taking horses on the roads will make up for the time. And I'm not sure if this is thrilling conversation for our audience.
Yeah,
so
I was actually going to cut
send a hand over, like Sin puts a hand under the table, like he's sort of like scratching at his leg, and then sort of like bumps it towards Rev's, like just the back of his hand towards Rev's hand, because I'm assuming that he's seen that Rev is like clenching under the table.
Yeah, no, they startle and sort of pull away, like closer to themselves.
And at this point, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, and I just saying, and he puts his hand back.
At this point, I'm gonna cut over to Dayu. Is there or check in with you and see if there's anything you want to address? Kazuhiko has followed you out of the tavern in which you were having this discussion.
I think I don't know where I'm going. If I'm being honest, I think I'm just going to wander. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I think Kazu has seen Dayu angry before, and it is very rarely does she get angry. So if you would allow me some flavor text, I think any lit candle within the vicinity that she passes through goes out. I think we're in a damn cave, but I feel like there's a draft. Like that is what most people would probably think it is, that there is a draft. It's just a little chilly tonight. And I think if he were to stop her or go in front of her or just to get her attention, what happens instead is Dai's a bunny. I've been very good at...
Hold on, Aki, I'm so sorry. Hello, Careful Cantrip with a rate of 35 sweet beans. Welcome on in, everybody. You just missed a lot of very serious roleplay, and we're about to get into some more. We've just switched scenes from one serious area discussion to another. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Mandy. I'm a professional dungeon master. I do the things and the stuff, and this is my lovely cast for Mistlost, my homebrew campaign. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Everybody.
Welcome in, Raiders. So we're just going to hop right back into it. Thank you in advance for the follows. Thank you again so much for the raid, and we will continue on. So you said the candles are going out. There's a breeze, a little bit of a chill as you storm out of the tavern and into the evening air.
I think, and if Kazu tries to stop me or maybe get in front of me, do anything to get my attention where I have to like look at him. So Daiu's a bunny. I've been very good at describing and keeping up with descriptions of how she notices things, and so you would normally expect ears first and then she turns, but instead what you will get is her eyes will go first, and then her head, and then like her shoulders and the rest of her body, kind of like a doll.
Yeah.
Or creaking wood, honestly. Or those super fun TikToks where people are trying to pretend they're like Barbie. One of those kinds of vibes. And for now, it will just be the movement needed as much as it would be, as if like I want to keep walking and I'm conserving energy to continue walking. That kind of vibe.
Would you say Kazuhiko has seen this happen to you before?
Yeah, probably, considering how much time we've spent with each other. But it is very rarely that Dayu gets angry. It's maybe happened less than a handful of times that they've been together for like over a decade, nearly 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
She just doesn't allow herself to get angry.
Yeah.
Like this.
So he full transparency, I rolled a 19 for him on his insight check, so he gets it. So he is just silently following you, and he's not hiding the fact that he's following you. He is making it clear that he is there at a little bit of a distance until you are ready. He's basically like watching your back, making sure that you don't do anything rash or, just making sure that you're safe.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure where I go, if I'm being 100% honest. I think I just need to walk. I don't know if I'll even go back to the tavern. I just need to walk, and then eventually we go to wherever we're supposed to go. It's one of those things.
Okay.
I think I stopped. I think I stopped getting mad at some point though. It's gonna take.
You just do laps. You just walk laps around all of Foxden until you
and
tire
keep
yourself
blowing out
out
these fucking candles. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say as like in like with the intensity of your emotions and how they come over you like a force, as you walk down the main street, the lanterns, the street lanterns, as you walk by, just poof out as you walk through, and it darkens much of the cavern, or at least for the areas that you walk through. And eventually, when you are standing in front of the Red Fang estate, he will, at that point, catch up to be at your side and puts a hand on your shoulder. Just very gently, not trying to stop you, not trying to hold you in place, just very gently placing his hand on your shoulder.
I take some time to compose myself, so I am not like snappy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will turn fully and just go, what?
You are very upset right now, and I understand. You are allowed to be angry, Diane. I know that is difficult for you, but you're not bound by any obligations to be a certain way.
I have very different things that make lots of things so much harder to do, and getting angry is one of them.
He nods.
Do you still want to continue to travel with us?
Of course.
I was going to bring it up, possibly today, about asking, because I wanted the group to have an opinion, because it's a group mission. But right now, I don't want to give them an opinion.
Then don't give them one.
Mm.
It sounds like they put you through a lot.
Yes. We were not friends yet. That was day one.
Oh. That's interesting.
Very interesting. So, as long as there, as long as that doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me much. Life is full of ups and downs, and I believe they will continue to disappoint me. That's okay.
He nods. I see.
This is me venting.
I
know. I don't know. I think we have to stay the night.
If that's what you need, then that's what we'll do.
Mm-hmm.
You have a mission from the Kligo Shire. You have a timeline from them. I wasn't going to say anything in front of the group, but it doesn't make sense to go north. I will go wherever you all want me to go. But based on what you've told me, I'm just confused, I suppose. But it's not my place. My place is to be with you wherever you are, and that is what I will do. Guide you as I can, navigate as I can, and help protect the group. Particularly you, but they come with the package too, I get it.
No, I don't get it either. It would make sense if, we stumbled upon, like, maybe a location for the next temple, and then we would be able to go afterwards. But I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the only one in this group with baggage. There is clear baggage.
I hate to say it, but there is something about your friend. I'm not really sure how I feel about it.
Which one? You have opinions about a lot of my friends.
Arguably. Much as I enjoyed Revelation prior to now, something just doesn't feel right.
It's always the pretty ones. Oh.
Maybe they have good, compelling reasons. Maybe we should try to hurry along. So that maybe we can do both.
I'm gonna let the group pick, because I really don't want to pick. Because if I have to pick, I would just leave now.
And go north?
No, and go south.
Oh, yes.
That's the that's the one that we know.
For all you know, one of the mages in the necropolis can help you get to where you need to go.
That's what I'm thinking. But
all the major cities have things like that, if you have the coin anyway.
And we actually know where the temple question mark is supposed to be in the necropolis. So it would make sense if we do the thing, we go talk to the people who run it, and we have paper signed.
He nods.
You can get it. We don't even need to pay money. Unless they're just really, really corrupt and, like Corpo style. And that's...
The DM, Jennifer, laughing in the background.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Jennifer's reading a comic book. You don't know what a comic book is, but that's what she has.
It's got pictures in it. I love picture books. But yeah. There's a lot of logic here for if it's related to the mission. And that's how I know it's not related to the mission. Because Rev's not dumb like that. This is personal. And I don't have issues with personal things. I really don't. This is you're a personal thing. So, it's not like it's an issue or anything. That way. I just feel it's really fucking rude
I agree.
They're not even paying you. That's the bet.
I don't
We
need the
could
money,
have paid.
you know that.
Yeah, I know, but that not to be mean. That's the main reason why I called you. Besides wanting to see you, I was leveraging a lot of things that I actually wasn't sure that I had or not.
That's fine.
You even let them pay for their gear at a much cheaper price. You should have charged them full.
He will kind of lean down a little bit and boop your nose, even though you are upset.
That's my nose. And I say that, and I hold my nose.
I did it once, and I will do it again.
Boop my nose.
Help your friends. Though, maybe friends is too easy of a term. Your team. Here's how I see it. We can do one of two obvious things. I won't say there are only two options, but option one, we sleep on it. I don't like this option. Option two, I walk back to the tavern while you get ready, and I will inform them that it is time to leave, and we will continue on to the necropolis. I will let them know I spoke with you, and that is what you decided, and that is that. For all we know, they've decided to go in the direction you want to go anyway. It seemed a little bit 3-on-1 there for a moment, so we'll see. Would you like me to go speak with them? And I promise I will be nice.
You have to be the nicest to Aurora.
I will be extra nice to Aurora.
I hold out my pinky like I don't trust.
He will pinky promise with you and lean forward like he's gonna kiss you, but he'll only do it if you let him.
Yeah, why not?
He'll give you a little peck on the lips. There now. I'm going to go talk to the rest of your team, and we'll get going.
I go.
Deep breaths and go get ready.
My deep breaths sound like this. And
I love it. Jesus.
And I try not to thump my foot like how rabbits do when they're upset. But I do maybe accidentally hop away.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm still feeling some type of way.
Yep.
But it's not on the borderline of scary, which I think it would have been.
The ears get flat, like backwards when you do that, just kind of like flat against your head. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of it was definitely if you didn't stop me, I was gonna make it worse with my favorite. I was gonna keep letting the flavored text get worse and worse, like a proper Eastern horror film. But like
and then the tentacles began to rise from the ground, and the great old one rose from the sea. So he will leave you to your own devices and march right back to the tavern. And it's probably at the end of this conversation, a little bit after the end of whatever that conversation you all had collectively together was, discussing the map, discussing paths, determining whatever it is you want to determine, and you see Kazuhiko return alone. He will walk up to the table.
I think Sin is like half standing, like ready to like has packed up the map, is ready to leave to go after them, and sort of looks up at Kazuhiko, and there's like a relief and like a worry all mixed up in that face. The boy is not hiding anything right now. Oh my god. And he's just like, hey.
Hello. I spoke with Dayu. she feels that it would be best if we leave now. She's getting ready to go to the necropolis first.
All right.
Is that the decision you all have come to? Because
Yes.
that is where she is going. Awesome. Excellent. Do any of you need assistance with getting ready? We are going to leave today.
I think we were all prepared to do that. And Sin looks at the table.
I'm ready.
Did you get all of your preparations all set and done? He looks to everybody in turn.
Aurora gestures at her outfit.
I would argue very fashionable.
Thank you. I'll take your word for it.
He grins a little bit. Well, let's get going then. If we're going to make these timelines work, we had best not tarry any further. He didn't sit down in the first place. He's standing next to the table, like, ready to go. You could tell he's got his gear. He's got all his weapons. He's ready to go.
I feel like Nikita will stand up, and it's kind of like a little implied that she's waiting for everybody to get up and walk out so she can take the rear.
Yeah, no. Sin is hurrying along, and like I think he like is like stuffing the map in one pocket, and then sort of like stops hurrying, and then looks back at Rev. Just
Yeah,
checking
right.
up.
I think Rev is a little slow to stand and a little stiff in general, but we'll come along.
So yeah, you all exit the tavern, you get your gear ready to go, and Dayu, do they meet you at the exit to Foxden, or do they meet you in front of the manor?
I think in front of the manor.
Okay.
Though I'm like packed and ready. The only thing I did while making sure I was like packed and ready was I add a little bit more to my note, and I will make sure to give it to, if I can't find the lady of the house, I will give it to like a servant and let them know, like something like that. And I've only added that, I've straight up added to the note, going to the necropolis, will be headed towards Wintergate after that. So yeah, I will give you like an actual proper letter that I will be able to write later. But I am just adding 2 places to the note. And when while we're waiting, I will hold my ears downward.
So you all meet in front of the ancestral home of Kazuhiko. Say you're fun.
As we are like on our way there, maybe almost there, Roar's just gonna fall into step beside Nikita, or like, you know, maybe slightly in front of Nikita, and just say, "Don't want to go home, huh?"
Just
Wow.
you see her demeanor just like completely change, and she stiffens up a little bit, but she just goes more for a march now instead of like a regular walk. We talk on our watches.
Okay. I'll catch you on the next one. And then she'll leave her be.
Goddamn! Are you sure you're not actually a chaos sorcerer? Wild magic sorcerer?
Sin, if this was anywhere near Sin, he looks so fucking shocked that this got brought up right now. Like he's like he goes from like chill to like, and then looks at Rev, and is just like, "Am I nuts?" He doesn't say that out loud, but he gives a look like, "Am I nuts?"
There's normal
Yeah.
people, and then there's
Am I
Aurora.
seeing this right now? What's happening?
Rev does not meet the gaze, but
Kazuhiko at the front of the pack got a nat 20 and heard all of that. I love this die. I get a lot of nat 20s on this one. I probably he pretends not to. I do not see it. I do not hear it. I am walking. I'm staying out of it. It's none of my business. He is at the front of the pack so nobody can see his expression. But eventually you do all meet up in front of the ancestral home of the Red Fang family. Excuse me. You say your fond goodbyes, your fond farewells to whomever you need to speak to. Dayu is able to hand off her letter at any point before or during that period. And you say goodbye to the Fox Den and return to the world above.
Is it raining?
I'm about to roll for that. You will
Oh
find
no.
out. Hold, please. The encounter is loading. You roll a d20. Oh! How nice! It is warm, but sunny and breezy right now. It is not raining. While the weather is quite clear, you have advantage on perception checks for sight.
Beautiful.
I rolled a 20.
Nice. 20 for us for once.
Yes. 20 for you. And that was a different die, too.
Damn. All right, Mandy.
I'm just a lucky bitch. What can I say? When it comes to playing D&D, when it comes to GMing, when I'm a player, I roll for shit.
You do?
I do. It's true. Oh God. Yeah, nat 20 for weather. Yay! And everybody's like, whatever. It's for weather. So yeah, you head to the world beyond, and here is where we will. I'm going to describe how the next few days occur. There will be plenty of opportunity for roleplay on the way. We can discuss offline if there's any particular discussions you want to have that we can cover next session. I'm trying to be cognizant of cutting this a little bit shorter than usual. For, I believe, various folks of us need to get up very early tomorrow. So I'm trying to be mindful of that. Let's get that weather. I mean, I don't think anybody will be too mad about a slightly shorter session. 4 hours is a long time. So over these next days, the weather does hold.
Yes.
And generally speaking, is quite good for the majority of the first leg of your journey towards the area that is known as the Deadlands. As you reach the edge of this area, several days pass by, and the warm, breezy, sunny weather begins to take a foul turn the further south you go, until once again you are beset by heavy rain and thunderstorms, and again, disadvantage on perception checks for sight and hearing, and difficulty maintaining open flames as another heavy set of thunderstorms absolutely sieges the area, slowing down your travel, perhaps by an extra day. You've been traveling for... we'll say it's been 5 days. So not a 10-day. You're halfway through the 10-day. Although, wait, no, 10 days is Forgotten Realms. Fuck. Hold on. Calendar. Is it a 10-day? Do I have it as a 10-day in the Terran calendar as well? No, it is not. It is much more than that. Okay, I digress. So it is you get through it is a 10-day. So yeah, it's half a 10-day when you get to that point. And that is when you reach the edges of the swamps in the worst possible weather in terms of what is available in the world. This is considered the worst condition above table. As you reach the edges of the bog, it stretches out, it seems, for miles and miles. Swamplands and quicksand and dead trees, long fossilized by time and weather. Gods knows what else. As you reach the edge of this land, you set up camp for one final night on dry, solid ground. And that is where we will end for this session. Let's go into confessionals. I need to make note of the fact that the weather is the really bad one, because that matters. Okay, moving into confessionals, we will start with Revelation.
I tried.
Yes, sorry, hold on.
I tried so hard to do it their way, to be open, to give everything of myself that I even hold, and for what? Failure and accusations and doubt. And Dayu, she said she didn't want a vote in our route, and then sent her pet lord back to the table to issue a decree. Clearly, they're made for each other, made for royalty. Regardless, as ever, my lord's offer was a boon. I don't need the reminder of how I might have strayed from his path. Not when I'll be traveling, 4 of them, through this accursed swamp.
On to Nikita.
That was the hardest conversation. Why the hell did they want to go out of nowhere? I mean, I understand. I mean, I don't understand. I know that things can just go randomly and just change things for magic users, and just all of a sudden it needs to go over there, and it's fine and entertaining normally. But this is kind of a big deal. Dayu got upset, to say the least. We just put her through so much. And then now I'm thinking about having to go back to Elysia myself, and I don't know what to do when we go back there, and I'm going to be thinking about that the whole time. That's it.
On to Sinark.
Why do I always seem to hurt people? I disappoint people. I disappoint Dayu. I disappoint Revelation. I disappoint Aurora going after Kazuhiko before I try to comfort. I disappoint Nikita by not being strong enough. Mirthal, God's Ray, everyone, all the time. I'm kind of glad that Dayu put their foot down. Maybe if I don't lead for a bit, I won't disappoint someone again.
Okay, on to Aurora.
I don't see why it's such a big deal to have to go north so quickly. We already came so far. And I'm already tired of walking, and I haven't even gotten to this stupid bog yet. If all we got out of coming here was traumatizing Dayu and picking up her fiance, then I would be really disappointed. I wonder if Dayu's gonna be mad the whole time? Or if she's gonna get over it quick like she did the last time. That, she got mad at the party. I don't want her to be upset while we're in this stressful situation with her home and all the danger. But if she's gotta be mad, she's gotta be mad. That's, I guess, her business. Just hope Kazuhiko can be the cheerful one for the both of them. That's Aurora.
On to Dayu.
Word of warning, this is not going to be one of the regular confessionals, I think, for most of... I think what you're going to hear is... You're going to hear whispers. You're going to hear thousands of whispers from different voices that speak like this, to the point where you can kind of hear the saliva smacking against what is left of their teeth and their gums and their lips and the top of their mouths, and it's nice and dry. It's like fucking peanut butter stuck all over, and they're whispering really, really not nice things, dastardly things that Dayu should do to herself or to you or to the people watching. And the whole time Dayu is holding her ears down. She almost knots them together so she can mumble, rockin' a river, rockin' a river, rockin' a river, rockin' a river, really, really softly. And that's the confessional.
All right. So that was heavy, first of all. Thank you to everyone in chat. Thank you for all of the follows, the raids, the subs, the bits, the things, and the stuff. Thank you so much. And thank you to my wonderful players, as always, for being such a great cast. I have so much fun with you guys. This is a great session. And hope you're ready for combat next session. So we will see you guys again soon. Let's talk about scheduling. So next week, on the 12th, we are off. And then we will be back on the 19th for the next session number 17, oh my god, of Mistlost. This Friday, right, this coming Friday the 7th, yes, we will have Dungeons and Dinglings. But something else I do want to shout out right here and now is starting this Thursday night on the Guild Superior channel. Hold on, I have an image for this, I swear. Is Shadowrun. I will be playing in a Shadowrun game, which is something I've never done before. I'm very, very excited. And I really should have had this downloaded. Oh wait, I think I do, actually. I'll put this on screen. Image. Okay. Sorry. I should have prepped this ahead of time. I didn't think about it. Alright, I'm going to open this so that you can see it here on the screen. It's going to cover a lot of it. I'll be playing in a game called Shadowrun in the Blood. It is a 3-session series on twitch.tv/Guild Superior. I'm going to shout out Guild Superior here. They are very good friends of mine. Great people, great folks to work with. And highly recommend that you follow them. There's going to be quite a few awesome people, including the GM Bleak Season, who's a great friend of mine. I'll be playing with Pirate Rouge again, who I played with for the Morkborg one-shot, for those of you who tuned into that absolute insanity. And also including Miko, who is the okayest DM, and if you recall that name, I did an interview on his channel recently on YouTube. So I've never played Shadowrun before. I'm super excited. I am very excited to unveil my character to you all. I think we'll be doing that tomorrow before the game. So yeah, tomorrow night. And that is at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the Guild Superior channel. And if you want to know more about all the guest spots that I do, check out our Discord. I'm trying to use the event feature in there to let you guys know when I'm guesting on podcasts and other things, as well as events for the actual streams on this channel as well. And then coming up in the beginning of August, oh dear God, it's Gen Con time. I will be there. I will be running around. If you are at Gen Con, please say hi. I will be running games for Kobold Press, so I'll probably be busy for a lot of it, but when I'm not actively DMing, I will have time to hang out with people, so come say hi. And that's all we've got for today. Thank you all again, and we're gonna go raid into Phoenix Iwaki, because we love Phoenix. So please join us in this raid. They are playing D&D. Looks like it's Out of the Abyss, so if you're interested in that, they're also doing a giveaway. So please join me in this raid, and we're all gonna go say hi to the Phoenix crew. So see you guys next time. Bye!